and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have a book review for you today, and that is Chasing the Wild by Elliott Rose. This is another taboo romance. Is anybody surprised? But this one has cowboys in it, so we're just going to talk about it. So Chasing the Wild is about a girl who kind of sort of gets herself into a situation with her ex-boyfriend's father, and he offers her a job because her ex-boyfriend Casey, which is his son, has gotten her into a bit of a financial situation by opening like credit cards in her name and not telling her, and putting her in like an enormous amount of debt. So his father is basically like, I will pay off Casey's debt if you come work for me at my ranch, because she wants to be like a veterinarian or something like that, to do with like equestrian animals, like horses and like cattle and just like farm animals and stuff like that. And so they start kind of to develop some feelings for each other, and I loved it. I loved every moment of it. So it is age gap. He's like early 40s, I believe, because he had Casey when he was like 16 or 17 with Casey's mother. And the main girl, I believe her name is Layla. Yes, Layla is like early 20s, mid 20s. So there's about like a 20-year age gap at most between these two characters. And he is very much like stoic, does not really express his feelings very well, has been jaded by love before, and he's not very nice to her, like once he figures out like how old she is. And he does wrestle with a lot of self-loathing and like, I shouldn't have feelings for her, and she's Casey's girlfriend, even though she repeatedly says, I am not dating Casey. Like, we are broken up. Like, I want nothing to do with Casey. And like, Casey ends up knocking up this other girl. I mean, she ends up not actually being pregnant with it's not his baby, it's somebody else's baby. But she basically threatens Layla to like, she threatens to tell Casey like what's going on between her and his father. So Layla takes it upon herself to leave the ranch. She ends up graduating from college, and she ends up meeting Casey again, and Casey's like, yeah, I knew something was going on between you two, and like, I'm totally cool with it. You want to do that? That's cool. That's your life. That's your business. Which was like the only thing that I'm like, I don't feel like this would be like an accurate depiction of how somebody would react to that. I mean, your father is sleeping with your ex-girlfriend and is in love with your ex-girlfriend, which they won't, I don't know if you could even call them like boyfriend and girlfriend. They were more like in a situationship, kind of seems like. But yeah, I was like, I didn't believe that. And I know that Saving the Rain, which is Casey's book, is like the fourth book in this series, and he falls in love with his stepbrother. I don't know how that even works, because last I checked, like, Layla and Casey's father were together. And so I don't know how that works. I don't plan on reading that book, but when the reviews start coming out and everything, I will definitely be reading the reviews, but I'm not going to read that book. The next one is about Stormond, which is Casey's father's like best friend, and it's like kind of, his ranch is like really close to the Wilder ranch, which is why it's called Chasing the Wild, because their last name is Wilder. And so I'm excited for that one, because that one is uncle fake dating, lessons, like teaching, you know, teaching things, and like step uncle or a strange adopted uncle or something like that. It's kind of sort of like Credence in that. I keep bringing up Credence because it's the only thing I have any reference for right now, because I have not read a lot of taboo romance besides that. But yeah, that was my sort of rambly, I hope that was kind of coherent, review of Chasing the Wild by Elliott Rose, and I will see you guys later.